Although most modern cars are very reliable, things can still go wrong with your vehicle. Engines can have problems, lights can go out, tires can go flat, and brakes can fail. But if you're ready to deal with these types of events, when they do happen, you'll lower your risk and decrease the amount of time you're without a vehicle. Engines are machines, and sometimes machines don't operate correctly. If your engine stops providing power or shuts down altogether while you're driving, it could be dangerous. If your engine begins to miss or stall, shifting to neutral can help you keep forward momentum going. If this occurs, check for nearby traffic, signal, and safely steer to the shoulder of the road to a protected position. It's important to know that when you lose engine power, you also lose your power for steering and braking. They'll both still work, but you'll need to use more force to turn or brake. Humans can't see all that well at night. That's why we need headlights. But what do you do if your headlights go out entirely? There's no sure cure, but one of these might work. First, try the dimmer switch. Your high beams and low beams are on different circuits. One might work when the other doesn't. If that doesn't work, turn on your emergency flashers. They should let you see well enough to find a safe spot to pull off the roadway. Don't drive at night again until you get your headlights working. Get this repaired right away. A blowout. Many things can cause a blowout while driving. Low tire pressure, debris on the road, worn tires, and potholes, just to name a few. The first thing is to recognize that you've had a blowout. It doesn't really matter which tire is blown, the way to handle it is the same. First, stay off the brake. In this case, it could cause a skid, so you've got to stay off the brake. Instead, look ahead, hold the steering wheel tightly, and concentrate on keeping the car in the middle of your lane. Next, gradually take your foot off the accelerator. Let the car roll to a near stop at a safe place on the side of the road, and then apply the brakes gently as needed. Once you have the vehicle under control, it's a good idea to turn on your emergency flashers to alert other drivers of your situation. Here's the scene for another emergency. You're on a highway exit ramp and you need to slow down. You press on the brake pedal, a bit more, and then you realize something is terribly wrong. Brake failure. How do you handle this emergency? The first thing is to try to regain some braking power. First, rapidly pump the brake pedal several times. This may build up enough brake pressure to slow or stop the car. Next, try the parking brake. If it's mounted next to the seat, you can operate it with your hand. Remember to press and hold the release button at the same time. If you don't, your wheels may lock and you could go into a skid. If your parking brake is mounted on the floor, be sure to pull and hold the brake release lever at the same time so you can fully control the brake. If the parking brake doesn't help, downshift into a lower gear. This uses engine compression to help slow the vehicle. It won't stop you, but it might help slow you down. If these maneuvers don't help, you need to find an open space to safely maneuver your vehicle. The shoulder is your best bet if there is one. If there isn't, look for any open area, a field, or even someone's front lawn. If there's a curb, try steering so that your wheels drag alongside of it. It's hard on the tires, but it can help bring you to a stop. It may be impossible to avoid hitting something. If that's the case, try for something soft that will give way when you contact it. Once you bring your car to a stop, leave it where it is. If you suspect your vehicle has a brake problem, do not drive it. Instead, call your auto club for assistance. Most of the time, driving conditions will be clear, but that won't always be the case. In these situations, good drivers always adjust their speed in response to the adverse conditions. Generally, this means slowing down a bit to maintain traction. You'll also be faced with driving emergencies from time to time. Whether it's another vehicle pulling out in front of you or sliding on a slick surface, you need to be ready to handle them. Prevent them if you can, but know how to respond if you have to.